Good evening, I'm Smriti Sudesh and welcome to Above the Fold show. We begin with a major political shake-up as Raghav Chadha joins the BJP. We also take a look at protests by Telangana RTC employees, a new opposition move targeting the Chief Election Commissioner, the NDA government winning the Bihar Trust vote in Assembly and more. So stay with us for the full report. Raghav Chadha has quit the Aam Aadmi Party and joined the BJP, and he's not alone. Six other Aam Aadmi Rajya Sabha MPs, Sandeep Pathak, Ashok Mittal, Harbhajan Singh, Rajinder Gupta, Vikram Sane, and Swati Malipal, has also made the switch. Together, the seven MPs account for more than two-thirds of Aam Aadmi's strength in the upper house, a key threshold that allows them to merge under the anti-defection law. At a press conference, Chadha said the party has deviated from its principle and added, I am the right man in the wrong party. He also claimed the Aam Aadmi Party no longer works in the national interest but for personal benefits. The move comes weeks after he was removed as Aam Aadmi Party's deputy leader in the Rajya Sabha and replaced by Ashok Mittal. The party had also accused Chadha of not signing a notice regarding the removal of the Chief Election Commissioner and of staying away from opposition protests. Today's move appears to be the culmination of those tensions. The Aam Aadmi Party has called this a betrayal and accused the BJP of engineering the split. To get more insights, we have our political editor, Nistola Hebba, joining us. Nistola, what led to this dramatic exit?
Well, Smriti, to put it in a very straight, simple matter, Raghav Chadha moving away was not a huge surprise. Seven of them moving away was, of course, one of them includes Swati Maliwal, who had already distanced herself from the Aam Aadmi Party. The Aam Aadmi Party had a large contingent, large presence in the Rajya Sabha with 10 MPs. Along with the DMK, it was the third largest party there. And therefore, this is a big blow to the Aam Aadmi Party. People say that Sandeep Pathak moved away because he had been General Secretary organization when Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia and Satyendra Jain were in jail over various cases. Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia, of course, on the excise case, which was later dismissed by the lower court in Delhi. So he had been running the day-to-day issues of the party. And when these people came out on bail, he found that he was not extremely comfortable with the situation, and the distance between him and the party started then. Raghav Chadha, as we have discussed earlier in several episodes and several articles in The Hindu, had been going through the same process after this excise case blew up. He was not around. He was in London for most of that time when they were in jail. When he came back, he probably just met Arvind Kejriwal once and has been distancing himself. Very recently, he was removed as the deputy leader of the Aam Aadmi Party in the Rajya Sabha. Very surprisingly and interestingly, the man who replaced him in that position, Mr. Mittal, who also heads the lovely professional university group, it's a big educational group in Punjab and Haryana. He also joined the BJP today. Incidentally, there was an ED raid on his official premises a few days ago. Some people say that that was the nudge to him, but it's an area domination exercise by the BJP. They've scattered the legislature party of the Aam Aadmi Party in the Rajya Sabha to the four winds.
And what are the wider political implications of this move?
As for the implications of this move, some say that it is because of the upcoming assembly polls in Punjab next year. BJP is going it alone. Party President Nitin Naveen has declared it as such. They have broken their old alliance with the Panthik party, the Shiromani Akali Dal. But for that particular implication, I would say that it's not a very strong motive because of the fact that none of these people actually have a mass base in Punjab. Raghav Chadha had been extremely involved during the last Punjab election, and he had been very instrumental in the distribution of tickets and other tactical sort of things. But he is not considered very highly by the state unit of the Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab. And therefore, that particular implication doesn't hold much water. My simple view of the matter is that this is the scattering of the Aam Aadmi Party after their loss in Delhi, and also a kind of a morale boost to the BJP before going into the polls in Punjab, because the Aam Aadmi Party is the ruling party in Punjab. As for the legislative numbers in the Rajya Sabha, there is already a big, huge difference between the Treasury and the opposition benches. These 7 seats could add something to the Treasury or the NDA side of things, but it is not the only reason. The big reason, I think, is still psychological warfare or psyops that's happening in Indian politics at the moment.
In a breaking development, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi is expected to arrive in Islamabad later tonight, according to reports citing a government official, raising the possibility of a renewed back-channel talks. This comes even as the United States signal a tougher stance, with President Donald Trump warning that while Washington is no rush to end the conflict, the clock is ticking for Tehran. Earlier in the day, Trump had announced a 3-week extension of the ceasefire in Lebanon via his Truth Social. But tensions remain high elsewhere. In the Gulf, the Strait of Hormuz continues to be at the center of the standoff, with Iran reportedly restricting maritime movement and the US increasing its naval presence. In another development, an NYT report citing unnamed Iranian officials claimed that Mojtaba Khamenei was gravely wounded in the strike that killed Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, but remains mentally alert and has delegated key decisions to Revolutionary Guards commanders. Let's now turn to the Hindu roundup for some of our exclusive contents. Our editorial title, Cycle of Violence on Manipur, the Persistence of Hostilities, argues that Manipur's crisis highlights how entrenched ethnic divisions fuel recurring violence and hinder reconciliation. Incidents are quickly politicized along ethnic lines, deepening mistrust. The April 7 bombing that killed 2 children reignited tensions further worsened by rumors and protests. Despite leadership changes, the government's response has been more focused on power than peace. Limited political engagement has allowed hardliners to dominate. The editorial calls for greater political engagement, meaningful dialogue, stronger civil society involvement, and a firm action against violent elements to break the cycle of violence. Tap the card above to watch the editorial on the Hindu's Originals YouTube channel. In a new episode of Worldview, our diplomatic affairs editor Suhasini Haider takes a look at India's response 1 year after the Pahalgam terror attack that killed 26 people. She examines what have India's biggest diplomatic challenges been. Here's a look.
A year after Pahalgam, what have India's biggest diplomatic challenges really been? Why is this? The first has, as we've been saying, US-Pakistan ties that have really improved week after week, really since Operation Sindoor, when, remember, Pakistan proposed a Nobel Peace Prize for Trump for negotiating the ceasefire, which India has actually denied that he ever did. Trump has nonetheless repeated that claim nearly 100 times. In June, Trump hosted Munir for lunch. Unprecedented. Pakistan's leadership was invited to the White House in September, where an agreement on critical minerals were signed, and reports really that this was about connections with the Trump family. And then Sharif attended Trump's Gaza peace signing in Cairo in October 2025 and the Gaza Peace Board Summit in Washington in February 2026, neither of which India really attended at the highest levels. The war in West Asia has put Pakistan front and center of peace efforts by hosting talks in Islamabad led by US Vice President J.D. Vance and Iranian Speaker Ghalibaf, and possibly another round as well. As a result, other countries have also stepped up their engagement with Pakistan again. So it does seem that it's not just the US but other countries that India is watching closely.
In other news, the April 22 strike by employees of the Telangana State Road Transport Corporation is escalating, following the death of a driver amid the protests. Here's a full story.
The agitation by employees of the Telangana State Road Transport Corporation has intensified after the death of driver K. Shankar Gaud on April 23, who set himself on fire amid protests over key demands. A day later, tensions flared in Warangal, where employees staged road blockades demanding that his last rites be held at the depot he served. Police restrictions led to a tense standoff, further escalating the situation. The RTC Joint Action Committee has called for a bandh in parts of the region, even as transport services remain disrupted since April 22. The opposition, including leaders from the Bharat Rashtra Samiti, has blamed the government, demanding compensation and accountability. So, what are the core demands of the workers, and how is this crisis shaping up politically? Our Telangana resident editor Ravi Reddy explains.
The Telangana RTC strike, which has entered the third day, has reached a decisive stage. forcing the government to take steps for talks. A cabinet subcommittee headed by Deputy Chief Minister Mallu Bhatti Vikramarka met RTC union leaders at the Secretariat today, beginning discussions first with the senior IS officers and then a group of ministers. The government claims it has already agreed to concede 29 of the 32 demands that has been put forth by the RTC unions during the strike notice given 41 days ago. The unions remain firm on three unresolved issues: merger of the RTC with the government, a promise that the previous BRS government had conceded in 2019, recognized union elections, and pay parity with government employees. The strike's fallout has been very severe, paralyzing buses and leaving over 65 lakh commuters stranded daily. Public anger has grown, especially with schemes like free bus travel for women directly affected. The death of a driver Shankar Gaud yesterday after his self-immolation bid has turned the agitation into a humanitarian crisis, shifting sympathy towards employees. Striking employees took to streets today across the state, staging protests against the government's indifferent attitude. Opposition parties also joins the rank, with Union Minister of State for Home Bandi Sanjay visiting the house of Shankar Gaud in Narsampet and paying his tributes. An attempt was also made by the unions to take the body from his residence to the Narsampet depot where he has been working for the last 18 years. But police prevented and convinced them to undertake the funeral this evening. Opposition parties have accused governments of insensitivity and heavy-handed tactics, pointing to police deployment at depots. Politically, the government is on the back foot, struggling to balance commuter hardships, employees' grievances, and mounting pressure. The outcome of today's talks will determine whether the strike escalates further or moves towards resolution.
Moving on, just as polling concludes in Tamil Nadu and phase 1 wraps up in West Bengal, the opposition has renewed its push against Chief Election Commissioner Gyanesh Kumar. On April 24, 73 opposition MPs in the Rajya Sabha submitted a new notice seeking his removal, alleging proven misbehavior under constitution provisions. In a post on X, senior Congress leader Jairam Ramesh has said the motion outlines 9 specific charges based on actions since mid-March, calling the CEC's continuation in office a serious constitutional concern. He added that the charges cannot be denied or whitewashed. This is a second such attempt. An earlier notice moved in March by over 190 MPs across both houses was rejected by presiding officers, including Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla. Under Article 324(5) of the Constitution, the Chief Election Commissioner can only be removed through a process similar to that of a Supreme Court judge, requiring parliamentary approval after an inquiry. For now, the latest move has been initiated only in the Rajya Sabha, with opposition yet to decide on bringing a similar motion in the Lok Sabha. Meanwhile, in Mumbai, 2 days after a woman publicly confronted Maharashtra Minister Girish Mahajan over a massive traffic jam in Worli, caused by a BJP protest, a new controversy has erupted. On Friday, a complaint was filed at the Worli police station seeking an FIR against a woman for allegedly insulting police personnel and public servants under multiple sections of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. The video of the confrontations had gone viral, with many backing the woman for calling out what they describe as VIP culture. She had questioned why a political protest blocked public roads despite an empty ground nearby. While the minister later termed her language inappropriate, he also acknowledged and apologized for the inconvenience caused. The complainant, Zen Sadavarthi, defended her move, saying disrespect towards public authorities cannot be tolerated. The opposition, however, has criticized the complaint, calling it an attempt to silence citizen dissent. In Bihar, the BJP-led National Democratic Alliance government has won the trust vote in the state's assembly by voice vote, days after Chief Minister Samrat Chowdhury took charge. The motion moved by the Chief Minister was passed following a 90-minute debate between the Treasury benches and the opposition, with Speaker Prem Kumar announcing the result. Speaking in the House, Samrat Chowdhury said the government would continue on the development roadmap laid by the former Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. Meanwhile, leader of opposition Tejasvi Yadav took a jibe at Chowdhury over his selection as chief minister by the elected chief minister Nitish Kumar. Yadav also said this was the fifth government in the last 5 years. While the NDA holding a comfortable majority in the 243-member assembly, the trust vote was widely expected, paving the way for the government's next steps, including a cabinet expansion in the coming weeks. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please share your thoughts on today's episode in the comment section. If you found this video useful, don't forget to share it and save the Above the Fold playlist so you never miss an update.